Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm are doubling down on the sequels as the next Star Wars movie has been announced, and it's going to be a Rey movie. I cover that and much more in this video, and you're going to want to stay to the very end where I also cover the new Star Wars timeline Disney is pushing. Imagine owning an intellectual property that spans thousands of years, has hundreds of popular stories that have been proven to be loved by fans. The Old Republic, the story of Revan, which could be 10 movies in itself. You got the story of the first Sith Empire. Post Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, you have hundreds of stories, rich stories dealing with Luke Skywalker, the new Jedi Order. I mean, all types of stories, proven stories, right? And Disney chooses to make a story about fucking Rey.
What?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Riley Reid. It's not Riley Reid. What's her name? Daisy Ridley is coming back as Rey. Let me say that one more time. Rey is coming back to the big screen. Kathleen Kennedy has to be the most tone-deaf individual in the history of the planet. I mean, you can go back, you can do a Vader movie, you can do a Darth Maul movie. Take your pick. Literally, take your pick. Make a fucking Kiadi Mundi movie. You know what I mean? Make a Plo Koon movie. It doesn't even matter. I mean, you can literally just pick a name out of a hat that doesn't include anybody from the sequel trilogy, and then you just pick that name out and make that into a movie, and I promise you, it would be more well received than a fucking Rey movie. Who's excited for this movie? I just don't understand. And to add insult to injury, essentially what Kathleen Kennedy did, and I think she did this out of spite. I really do. I think she low-key hates George Lucas. You took Luke Skywalker, you made him into a joke, you took everything away from him, right? You never touched on his Jedi Order, you never touched on any of that. If you are a young child and you are a new Star Wars fan and you only watch the sequels, you're gonna think Luke Skywalker is a joke. He's a loser. He's a bum. Kathleen Kennedy did this on purpose. Kathleen Kennedy did this to spite George Lucas. I truly do believe that. The man cannot be happy about this. Luke Skywalker is his baby. It's his son. It's his creation. I mean, look at the name. George Lucas. Luke Skywalker. I mean, and Kathleen Kennedy is saying, no, fuck that guy. This is the new Luke Skywalker. Rey, if you are a true Star Wars fan, don't watch this trash. And the director for this monstrosity of a film is Obaid-Chinoy. And if you're saying, who? Well, you do know her work, or maybe not. Probably not, because nobody watched that show. She is the director for Little Miss Marvel on Disney+. But that monstrosity of a film, the Rey movie, wasn't the only thing that Disney announced. They also introduced the new Star Wars timeline. And you're going to recognize some of these, right? Some of these you love. You got Dawn of the Jedi, which is essentially the origin story of the Jedi. You have the Old Republic, which is what I think they should have been focusing on. That's Revan's timeline. You got the High Republic. This is the woke-ish thing that Disney was trying to push. And this is it right here, this is very, how can I put this? Very diverse, very, I don't know how to put this, but pretty much, if there's a protest somewhere and they're protesting, social justice and all this other stuff, this is who would be at that protest. I mean, this is it right here. I think they actually got these ideas of how they looked from going to those protests, Antifa protests. They're voting a certain way, if you guys catch my drift. But anyway, then you have the Fall of the Jedi and Reign of the Empire and Age of Rebellion. These are the prequels and the original trilogy. And then we have the New Republic, which pretty much is where the Mandoverse is taking place. They're not calling it the Mandoverse, they're calling it the Age of the New Republic. And then you have these two right here, right? These are the trash. These are the shit times in Star Wars. So in fact, let's fix this. Let's fix this. Let's go ahead and let's fix this timeline so it's better. Now it is a lot better. It is a lot better. I had fixed the timeline. Call me Dr. Brown because I have fixed it. I have fixed the timeline. This is the timeline that Disney needs to stick with. This is it. Right here. You have a beginning, you have a middle, and then you have an end. Right there. No need to continue. You have the New Republic. You have the new Jedi Order in this already. Luke Skywalker's trying to build his new Jedi Order. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree with this or do you prefer it the other way? Probably not, right? Because you guys are real Star Wars fans just like me. And this is the timeline you like. Don't forget to subscribe.
Do it.
Sensational.
Come on.